Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark at Georgetoon.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? I got a familiar old friend with an extra jolt. Hang on 1 minute. That is really, really good. Courtesy of my nephew Jason, his wife Allison, and the boys. The Black Rifle Coffee Company Coffee of the Month Club came through with calf. There it is right there. This is a medium roast, right there, medium roast. And as they write on the other panel here, a higher caffeine blend with a rich, smoky flavor, made for the professional coffee drinker. Right there. How about that? Yeah, that is a good one. And I'm back. I feel great. I'm on the rebound. I feel as though I'm on a new coffee adventure. I feel as though the channel is starting all over again, coming off that virus. So that's why we're using our Indiana Jones coffee mug. We're on a new coffee adventure this morning, a new Monday morning mailbag adventure this morning. Great to be with you. A big thank you to Jamie Horn for this coffee mug. Hang on, one more sip. Yeah, feels like a new beginning. And actually, it's summer now. Summer arrived this past Friday, June 20th. So we're into the summer season. So that's a new start. And yeah, I feel much better. And I'm getting better every day. You can probably hear just a little bit of nasal quality in my voice. And I'm still on the pills for the cough and the spray, the nasal spray right here. But it is getting better every single day. And I'm so glad it was a virus and not a sinus infection. I initially thought it was a sinus infection. No, it was this virus going around. So probably a week to get rid of the really, really harsh symptoms associated with it. The sinus congestion is clearing up, the cough is fading away, and the energy is back up, and we're getting an extra kick with calf this morning. And it's going to get better and better every day. And the cough and a little bit of raspiness will probably be hanging around for another week and a half, something like that. But feel great. I feel great. I feel really, really good. So great to be with you this morning. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Great that summer is upon us right now here in the Northern Hemisphere. And boy, we got a great show for you this morning. Let me check my topics this morning. And we're going to get right to some of the things we missed talking about last week. We're going to be updating some of the stuff that we began talking about last week and kind of catch up. We got viewer shaving tip this morning. We got some shave den visits. Of course, we got our usual reminders. Oh, something from shavesplash.com we want to share with you. Stay tuned for that. Oh, an update on the Ariana and Evans meetup. We've got a giveaway. Talk about new beginnings. We're going to do a giveaway courtesy of viewer Matt Panter. Matt, thank you very, very much. We also have some refill comments, some new wet shave gear to show with you. And I believe we also have some questions and comments. Yeah, we have questions and comments that we can get into that we didn't get. We have some questions and comments that we didn't get to last week. We're going to share those with you this week. So great to be with you. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Let's get the show kicked off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, this morning's shaving tip comes from a couple of viewers this morning because their shaving tip is on the very same topic, and that is using an alum block to increase the grip of your safety razor handle. Jimmy V kicks us off with, good one, bringing back the tip about using alum to make a better grip. I think many of us have put in that tip over the years, and it bears repeating for sure. My alum block sits in the dry dock, and after every application of lather, I dip my fingers in water and run across the alum. It helps with the razor grip and when stretching the skin out a bit. Yeah, thanks very much for that, Jimmy. I know a lot of other wet shavers out there like to use an opposing hand to stretch their skin. They'll have their razor in one hand and then they'll use the other hand just to kind of stretch that skin a little bit. I use my facial muscles, but a lot of wet shavers like to use the opposing hand, and you could rub a little bit of alum on your fingers so you get a better grip of your skin as well. Jimmy, thanks very, very much for that. Scott Martin sent this along in the same subject, concerning the same subject. Bob's tip about using alum to get a better grip on your razor is always important, as new wet shavers may not have heard about this very effective technique. With all the soaps and oils and slippery products associated with shaving, it's easy to lose your grip on your very sharp razor. I will add this one caveat. Once you soak your fingers and rub them in alum, be very careful to not drip any of the alum water on your blade accidentally. If you get alum on your blade, that sticky and grippy effect will work against you, and the razor will grab your skin rather than glide over it. Nicks and cuts are almost guaranteed. I've done this more than once, and boy, that razor bit me hard. I'm now very careful to keep that alum on the handle where it belongs. Cheers, Scott Martin. Hey, Scott, thanks very, very much for that. So there you go, folks. A really, really helpful tip that we like to repeat and reshare, and that is to use an alum block to help increase the grip of your safety razor handle. As Jimmy pointed out, you can also use it to help stretch out your skin. And as Scott pointed out, keep that alum water off the blade so it doesn't become sticky and grippy because it'll get in the way of the smoothness and glide of your shave. So gentlemen, thanks very, very much for that shaving tip. And as you may know, Jimmy V already has an original signed George sketch, and he has displayed it in his shave den along with some other items featured in his Zarady Way display. Thank you very much for that, Jimmy. Really do appreciate it. And Scott Martin also has a George sketch that he has displayed in his shaving den. A great looking shaving den there as well, Scott. Thank you very, very much. But if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use it here on the viewer morning shaving tip segment of the Monday morning mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So Jimmy and Scott, thanks very, very much for a great shaving tip and reminder. Really do appreciate it. Okay, it's time for a shave den visit.
Grab your favorite shave soap, whip it up, rich and creamy, fill your cup. Boom, lather. Hot towel ready, face feels prime. A classic shave, so smooth, so fine. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do the work, no need to rush. Shave like a pro, close and neat. A shave so smooth it can't be beat. Slap on your favorite splash, feel that glow. Shave complete, now you're ready to go. Oh, boom, shave complete, you're ready to go.
Well, we have a few shave den visits for you this morning, and we're going to kick things off with a shave den visit from viewer Lee Stanley that we introduced to you last week, but because we were under the weather, we didn't get all the way through it. So we're going to give you the whole shebang this week. Lee writes, "Hi, Mark. I hope you are well. Yeah, feeling great. My signed Georgetoon sketch has turned up. I absolutely love it. Thank you. It now sits proudly in my shaving den so I can admire it. I thought I'd also send a video of my den and photo of where George sits. Thanks again. I hope you have a fab weekend, and I look forward to listening to the next Monday morning mailbag." Lee, thank you very, very much. Lee also sent along, as he mentioned, this video montage of his shave den. Take it away, Lee. Lee, that was a marvelous tour. Every drawer was a treasure chest of wonderful wet shaving gear. And you got a lot of great shaving brushes there and some great wall art, and looks absolutely fantastic. So thanks very much for sending that along, Lee. Really, really do appreciate it. We also heard from Joel Turano, who wrote, "Hi, Mark. Hope you are on the mend when you receive this message." Feeling great, Joel. Thanks very much. Attached are 3 pictures of my new shave bowl. I must say, no shave den is complete without one. As you can see, not only does it look good, I was also able to effortlessly whip up a good lather too. Enough lather to do a 3-pass shave and a head shave. Looking forward to the next 3MB. Joel, thank you so much for acquiring the official George Boom Lather shaving bowl. It looks absolutely fantastic in your shave den. And yes, it whipped up a wonderful, wonderful lather. Folks, check them out. We'll have a link below where you can get your own official George Boom Lather shaving bowl from Spot Prints 3D on their Etsy storefront. The official George Boom Lather shaving bowl from Peter Despotis and Spot Prints 3D, the Etsy storefront. We'll have that link below. Joel, thank you so very, very much. Very, very honored that the shaving bowl, the official George Boom Lather shaving bowl, is now in your shave den, and I'm so glad to hear and so very happy to hear, so very satisfied to hear that it whips up some great lathers for you. That's absolutely fantastic. Thanks again, Joel. Really do appreciate it. And also, we heard from Alan Bagby, who wrote, "Mark, as shown, George finally found a home in my shave den. He took his time selecting the exact domicile that would reflect his refined taste and eclectic nature. He is very pleased and does not plan to move from his forever home." That's from Alan Bagby. Alan, thank you so very much for framing George and displaying him so wonderfully in your shave den. Really, really do appreciate it. That's very, very kind of you. So there you are, folks. 3 wonderful shave den visits. My thanks to Alan Bagby, Joel Turano, and Lee Stanley for sharing their shave dens with all the viewers out there. Gentlemen, thank you again very, very much. Well, here's your reminder to check out shavesplash.com. This is a website that was created by viewer Lee Meyer. If you happen to have a shave soap, but you don't have an aftershave splash for it, well, shavesplash.com is a scent matching website. So you'll be able to find a complimentary aftershave scent that will go with that shaving soap. Really, really terrific. And they also have some great articles and features up there. So check it out. We'll have the link below, shavesplash.com, from viewer Lee Meyer. Well, the channel now has auto dub technology courtesy of Google and YouTube. And as the name suggests, it will automatically translate this audio from English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing. Simply click on the gear in the lower right of the video screen. A menu will pop up, and there you can select the language that you wish to hear the audio in: Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. It translates it from English to any of those languages in real time, on the fly. Pretty amazing. Auto dub. Check it out. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Well, we also wanted to remind you that shavesplash.com, an absolutely wonderful website by Lee Meyer, has a lot of great news and information, and also interviews. Yeah, they have interviews up on shavesplash.com, and Lee very, very kindly asked me to be part of those interviews, and he interviewed me for the shavesplash.com website, and that interview is up there right now. We'll have a link below where you can go directly to it. At the time I'm recording this video, if you click on their main page, you'll see the George Monday Morning Mailbag logo off to the right. If you click on that, that'll also take you to the interview up on shavesplash.com. And Lee very kindly and wonderfully wrote a wonderful introduction to that interview. Lee, thank you again very, very much. He mentioned King Features and DBR Media, where I had the great pleasure of drawing George and some other comics and puzzle features for weekly newspapers. And because of that, I became a member of the National Cartoonist Society, where I got to meet all my cartooning heroes. So sincere, heartfelt thanks to everyone at King Features and DBR Media for giving me the opportunity to do what I love doing. And it was a really, really great opportunity drawing my comic strip and some of those puzzle features and puzzle comic features that were distributed all over the nation to weekly neighborhood papers. That was really, really neat and a wonderful opportunity. Never quite got into the daily newspaper league, but again, this gave me the opportunity to become a member of the National Cartoonist Society. So I'm very, very grateful for that. So again, Lee, thanks very, very much for including this interview in the archives on the pages of shavesplash.com. Really do appreciate that. So folks, we will have a link below where you can check out that interview at shavesplash.com. An absolutely fantastic wet shaving resource and website for everybody in the wet shaving community, created by Lee Meyer. Lee, thanks again very, very much. Again, folks, we'll have the link below. Check it out. Give it a read, shavesplash.com. Let us know what you think. Viewer Lee Meyer recently attended the Ariana and Evans Meetup in Ansonia, Connecticut, and he wrote the following. Hi, Mark. I hope this finds you well. Yeah, I feel great. Thanks very much, Lee. Really do appreciate that. As always, I'm really enjoying my weekly visit with you on the Monday morning mailbag. You've become a regular part of my week, not just for me, but my family, who often joins me to watch. I wanted to share some photos from the Ariana and Evans meetup on June 7th. It was a really special event. It's one thing to be part of the online wet shaving community, but to meet them in person makes me appreciate it even more. I spent the afternoon chatting with fellow enthusiasts about soap, splashes, and razors, and sampling the many products which were on display. Peter Sharkalis, the owner of Ariana and Evans, was gracious enough to give us a tour, which takes up the better part of a city block in Ansonia, Connecticut. I also had the chance to meet his daughter, Thalia, who plays an important role in product development, and his wife, Evelyn, who works behind the scenes to keep the operation running. It was a magical day, and I made many new friends. Here are some photos. Well, we've been sharing those photos with everyone. Thanks very much for sending those along, Lee. Really do appreciate it. He continues here. Once again, thank you for all you do, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Monday Morning Mailbag. Warm regards, Lee Meyer. Lee, thank you so very, very much for sending in that retrospective of the Ariana and Evans meetup and all the great photos. That was absolutely wonderful. It sounds like it was an absolutely fantastic event. And you got a tour of the place from Peter Sharkalis himself. Peter's a great guy. We've had a chance to meet with him at the Maggard meetup, and Ariana and Evans shave soaps, shave creams are absolutely spectacular. If you've never tried them, you've got to order them. We'll have a link to the Ariana and Evans website where you can get up there and order some, because really, really top-notch, top-shelf performing shave soaps and shave creams. Really, really terrific. So Lee, thank you so very, very much for sending along the photos and sending along the report. Really, really do appreciate it. Well, we're kicking summer off with a giveaway, and this giveaway is very kindly and generously being sponsored by viewer Matt Panter. Matt, thank you very, very much. We're giving away 3 beautiful Zenith Boar shaving brushes. My gosh, these are absolutely gorgeous. First prize is this beautiful Zenith green-handled Boar shaving brush. Comes in this beautiful sterling box right here. Let's open it up so you can get a look at it. Look at that. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Check that out. Boar shaving knot ready to be broken in. Look at that. It's absolutely fantastic. Made in Italy with the Zenith logo there. A beautiful, beautiful deep green color. And this handle has a lot of beautiful heft to it. Just over 4 ounces. Feels great in the hand. Has a lot of nice heft. Promises to create heaps and heaps of lather. This is first prize right here. The Zenith green-handled boar shaving brush. Let's put that back in the box like that. Comes in this beautiful Sterling Soap Company box like that. All right. Second prize is this beautiful Zenith white-handled shaving brush. Another boar shaving brush from Zenith. Again, made in Italy. Beautiful heft. This is just under 4 ounces, about 3.96 ounces. Again, Zenith logo, made in Italy, beautiful white color, and again, a boar shaving knot that promises to create heaps and heaps of lather. It'll bloom out, get really, really nice and soft for when you're creating that lather. Yeah, these are wonderful, wonderful shaving brushes, and these particular Zenith shaving brushes are top shelf Zenith shaving brushes, no doubt about it. That is second prize, the white-handled boar shaving brush. The Zenith white-handled boar shaving brush is second prize. And third prize is another Zenith boar shaving brush. Check this one out. This is really, really very strikingly good looking. All right, here it is right here. Natural wood handle. How about that? Huh? That is absolutely fantastic. Look, again, made in Italy with the Zenith logo right there. Boy, check out that wood grain right there. Isn't that gorgeous? And again, a boar brush. These are just going to break in beautifully. We have talked about Zenith shaving brushes, boar shaving brushes on the channel before. Mark Bagwell loved these and recommended these. And this wooden shave brush handle right here comes in at about 2 ounces. The shave brush just feels wonderful in the hand. Looks like it could be a good travel size as well. And again, a boar brush going to break in beautifully and just create heaps and heaps of lather for you. So this is third prize, this beautiful Zenith boar brush, shaving brush with a wooden handle. Absolutely gorgeous. So there you go, 3 beautiful shaving brushes in this giveaway, sponsored, very kindly and generously sponsored by viewer Matt Panter. So, first prize is the green-handled brush, second prize is the white-handled brush, third prize is the wooden-handled brush. So how do you enter? Well, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below. Leave a comment below this video, not the audio podcast version of this morning's Monday Morning Mailbag. This video, audio and video both. Leave a comment below this video. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below this video. Make sure you have an address that Postal Services can deliver to. This is open to everyone around the world. The deadline is July 1st, 2025. So you have a little more than a week to enter. We'll remind you again on the June 30th, 2025 episode of the Monday Morning Mailbag, but make sure to enter before July 1st, 2025. That's when we will be pulling the winning names for these beautiful, beautiful boar shaving brushes. This giveaway, once again, sponsored by viewer Matt Panter. Matt, thank you again very, very much. So good luck to everyone. It's open to everyone around the world. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below. Have an address that Postal Services can deliver to. Open to everyone around the world. The deadline, July 1st, 2025. Once more, my thanks to Matt Panter for very kindly and generously sponsoring this giveaway. We're giving away 3 beautiful Zenith boar shaving brushes. Good luck to everyone. Thanks again to Matt Panter. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low that time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on 1 minute. Let's get a sip here. Oh, yeah, that is really, really terrific. Once again, from Black Rifle Coffee Company, CAF. Okay, it's got that extra caffeine to get you going in the morning. and it'll jumpstart you. That's for sure. And once again, a higher caffeine blend with a rich, smoky flavor, made for the professional coffee drinker. A medium roast right there. Yeah, this one is really, really good. And a big thank you again to my nephew Jason, his wife Allison, and the boys for Coffee of the Month Club from Black Rifle Coffee Company. That was a Christmas gift again this past year. And I love looking forward to each new coffee each month. So thanks again to Jason, Allison, and the boys. And I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. One more sip. Hang on. Also reminds me, check out the Black Coffee Life, Mantic 59's coffee website, where he talks about all the health benefits of drinking black coffee. And also, we wanted to mention the Lockhorns. Someday we'll look back on this and quickly change the subject. A new hardcover book that was released this past May, and it's available on Amazon. My friend Bunny Host, co-creator of the Lockhorns, and artist John Reiner put together a really delightful book filled with fun Lockhorns cartoon panels. So check it out. We talked about it in a previous Monday morning mailbag, and we're going to mention it again because it's a terrific comic feature, and a new book collection is out, available on Amazon.com. So my thanks to Bunny Host for allowing me to mention that again this week. Bunny, thank you very, very much. And a big hello to fellow cartoonist and wet shaver, John Reiner. John Reiner is a traditional wet shaver. Yeah, I knew him all these years. I never knew that. Found that out about 6 months ago. All right, let's get to some of these refill comments here. Scott Martin writes, Mark, I haven't seen you this out of sorts since you tried that Ogallala Bay Rum aftershave. Glad you are feeling better, my friend. This was a great episode regardless, and I'm sold on trying Immortal Peach. Cheers, Scott. Yeah, Scott, hang on 1 minute, one more sip. We'll set this aside now. Yeah, boy, that's good. That Ogallala Bay Rum, the aftershave was also touted as a pre-shave, and I put like maybe 10 to 12 drops and it just scorched earth. My gosh. Luckily, the shaving soap had some nice soothing qualities, but to be honest with you, I haven't gone back to it since, and I need to break it out again and give it another go. Only really, really back off on the aftershave and use that post-shave and not use it pre-shave. But I thought the shave soap was pretty darn good. But I need to use the Bay Rum shave soap from Ogallala, by itself, just to see how that performs without any interference from a pre-shave or anything like that. So I remember that. Wow, yeah, that was quite an awakening. So Scott, thanks very much for that, and let us know how you like Phoenix Shaving's Immortal Peach. Really do appreciate that. Matt Panter did a review of that, so let us know how you like it. Thanks again, Scott. This comes from viewer Dina DeRosa, who writes, Hi, Mark. Thanks for dragging yourself out of your sickbed to do another 3MB. Not your usual enthusiastic delivery, which is totally understandable. Still, it was another fantastic show, and as you say, we'll do it all again next week, when hopefully you are fit and firing again. Take care, buddy. Dino, thanks for your good wishes. I feel really, really a lot better. You might see some edits here and there while we're doing the refill, because there is some instances where that little bit of a cough is crawling up on me, and I have to, I got to take that cough and just kind of re-edit it. So that's why you might be seeing some edits here and there. My apologies, but the cough is not as prevalent as it was when I first came down with this virus. It is getting better, but it is still there. So that's why I'm taking the cough suppressant prescription pill here, and that helps a great deal. So probably another week or so, and this cough will finally make its way out of my system. So thanks again, Dino. Really do appreciate that. Roderick McLeod writes, the discussion of powder reminded me of something I forgot to mention several weeks ago when I talked about stepping back into the shower to apply powder. I mentioned that it's easier to clean up, but forgot to mention one other thing. It's way safer. Powder on a smooth tile floor can be quite slippery, so it's also safer to step into the shower. Hey, Roderick, thanks very, very much for that. Really do appreciate that. This all came about because Jamie Horn very kindly and generously sent to the channel the Parasso post-shave powder. This is rosemary and mint, really terrific scent, and we've been using it now in our post-shave routine. Now, I have a bath mat in the little shave den where I record all the video reviews, but I am going to check the smoother surface floors there to make sure that there isn't any residual powder that might have found its way off of that bath mat onto those smooth floor surfaces. So Roderick, thanks very, very much for that. Really do appreciate it. This comes from Rod Sloan from down under, Melbourne. Well, we say Melbourne. He says Melbourne, so I'm going to say Melbourne. He writes, Melbourne, great 3MB again, Mark. I sent a very late one for the last 3MB regarding my Boom Lather bowl that I'd only then just received, but obviously didn't make the cut in time. I've used it a couple of times now, and ridges in the daisy in the bottom of the bowl, I'll stick with that description for now, really helped get an almost overflowing bowl quickly. Now, he's referring to that flower pattern on the bottom of the bowl there, and there are some nice raised ridges there that give you a little bit of resistance that really does increase the volume of lather very, very quickly. Of course, this is my Boom Lather shaving bowl right here. And Rod, thank you so very, very much for ordering one and having it delivered all the way down under to Melbourne, Australia. That is absolutely wonderful. He continues here. On another note, like Larry, love the Shave Den visit jingle. So evocative of things and sounds from my childhood. Yeah, it is absolutely wonderful. And a big thank you again to viewer Mark Vernick for creating that. It really has become a wonderful staple here on the channel. And he also writes here, North French Broad Avenue Wagyu Shave Soap. Sounds like a great tallow soap innovation from Michael and Company. By the way, just as a point of interest, Australia produces Wagyu cattle on a large scale, and especially for the Japanese market. They love it. Glad to hear that your aftershaves are arriving with their lids securely tightened. We may have just got the ear of someone here. Have a great week, Mark, and take care. Thank you very much for that, Rod. The Wagyu shave soap from First Line Shave Company. Again, thanks to Michael Riley for very kindly sending this along to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers out there. I've used it. I've done a review on it. I've uploaded the review. I just have to schedule it. Boy, you got to try this one, folks. If you like tallow-based shave soaps, you've got to try this one with Wagyu beef tallow. Yeah, there is a distinct difference there. I absolutely love the shave with this. And this one is a barbershop scent. And again, you know what? It's been a week, so I really get more of the scent now. Oh, that's wonderful. I can breathe. But the scent is on the subtle side, but because my sinuses have opened up since shaking off this virus, and now that it's on the downhill side, I'm getting more scent this time around. And it's marvelous. It still is, this one is still subtle, and I'm told that the subsequent batches, the scent is a little more pronounced. You're going to love the scent. It's a wonderful, refined, gentlemanly, classic barbershop kind of scent. Oh, this is a good one. And the performance of the shave soap was very, very good. So we're going to get that review posted here and scheduled very, very soon. Definitely want to share it with everyone. But yeah, this is a First Line Shave Company's North French Broad Avenue Wagyu Beef Tallow Shave Soap. My thanks again to Michael Riley for sending this one along to the channel. Really, really terrific. So, Rod, thanks very, very much for that background information on Wagyu beef cattle and the Japanese market. That's really, I've always heard that Japan just loves Wagyu beef. Never realized that Australia is their main supplier. That's wonderful. Thanks again, Rod. Really do appreciate it. This comes from Mata8034. Another great 3MB, Mark. I just have to say I really love the intro to the Shave Den visit. It's Great. Matta, thanks very, very much. Really do appreciate that. Again, big thank you to Mark Vernick. He did a fantastic job with that intro, and it's become a much loved part of the show. A lot of viewers out there really love that intro, as do I, which is why we like to use it every single week. It just fit in so perfectly. So thanks again to Mark Vernick. Really do appreciate it. Matta continues here. Love the Remington electric razor and the Avon talc. Take care. Yeah, we shared the Remington corded razor that belonged to my late brother, and also some Avon talc that I found in his washroom just off of his office. And it's been there for the longest time, and I never made the connection until we used Shave Dad's Dad, which is an homage to electric shave. And I grabbed some electric shave, and then I thought, oh my gosh, I got an older electric razor, a vintage electric razor that still works, so I still might use that with the electric shave. And then Jamie Horn sent in the Parasso post-shave powder, and I happened to see the Avon talc powder there, and I thought, wow, what a coincidence. I mean, it was just, it's like the planets aligned and everything. And those two items have been in that cabinet for the longest time, and I never made the connection until electric shave and the Parasso powder. So a big thanks to Jerry Pleshy and Phoenix Shaving for Shave Dad's Dad, the homage to electric shave, and to Jamie Horn for Parasso post-shave powder. Really turned on the light bulb when I saw the razor and the Avon talc. So yeah. So Matta, thanks very much for that. Really do appreciate it. Robert Ross writes, I have been super disciplined regarding wet shaving. No going down the rabbit hole for me. I have one razor, 2 brushes, 1 shaving bowl, 3 soaps, and about 9 years worth of blades. For those feeling guilty about having too much stuff, give some of the gear away to get a new wet shaver started. I gave my nephew a Henson razor and 80 Astra SP green blades to get him started. Wow, that is really, really generous, Robert. Bravo. That's absolutely fantastic. And, I think the wet shaving community out there is very, very generous in piffing a lot of stuff to a lot of new wet shavers out there. When you go to these meetups, these piff tables are just loaded with some beautiful, beautiful wet shaving gear. And I've seen some really, really beautiful razors that are sitting on those piff tables. And I have just kind of nudged a new wet shaver here and there saying, hey, if you want a really nice razor, check that one out right there. That's a super speed. Or my gosh, look at that. That's a slim adjustable. Or, hey, there's an R89. Some really, really nice razors have been placed in these piff tables, on these piff tables. And you know what? The wet shaving community really does respond in that way, as evidenced by these wonderful piff tables at wet shave meetups. But it's a great reminder, Robert. Thanks again very, very much. This comes from MHOK6UM. I'm not sure who this is. Thanks for the shout out. By coincidence, I had ordered some Fabula coffee last week, and I don't know who that is, but whoever it is, let us know how you like the Fabula coffee. It is fantastic. I like it a lot. This might be Mantic 59. I'm not sure. But whoever this is, please comment below and let us know. And let us know how you like the Fabula coffee. I wish YouTube went back to real names and not handles, because sometimes I don't know who is who here. So forgive me. So MH-OK6UM. Let us know how you like Fabula coffee. This comes from viewer Lee Hazley. Tyler was super stoked to see himself and hear his name in your video, Mark. Thank you for the extra joy it brought him. Yeah, Tyler was given that beautiful razor that Tom Donnarumma donated, that beautiful Rockwell 2C gunmetal plated razor. John Shaves 101 won it, and he paid it forward. Speaking of paying it forward, he paid it forward to Lee Hazley because Lee was hoping to win it to give to his son Tyler, which is what happened. So how about that? How about that, paying it forward, huh? Yeah, it fits right in with what we were just talking about. John Shaves won it and piffed it to Lee Hazley, who piffed it to his son Tyler to help him start his wet shaving journey. Wow, gentlemen, again, thank you very, very much. And a big thank you to Tom Downer-Roomer for sponsoring that giveaway. Really, really terrific. This comes from Dutch Power Cow. This is my all-time favorite razor, hands down. He's talking about the Yaqi Ghost in aluminum. They also make it in titanium. This has a 0.70 millimeter blade gap. It is a very, very good aluminum razor. So if you're looking for aluminum razor, this is another one that you might want to look into. Also has that Henson-like razor head design where it's very, very easy to find the angle of approach. But yeah, 0.70 millimeter blade gap, aluminum, very nimble, very maneuverable. So Dutch Power Cow, thanks very, very much for confirming how wonderful this razor is. The Yaqi Ghost in aluminum. Thanks very much for that. This comes from Eric Mustard Man. And he writes, I don't understand why people always label mild razors as a beginner's choice. People, it might just have something to do with skin sensitivity. I started wet shaving more than 40 years ago, and now for 10 years, I've been using a mild traditional safety razor because I've never been happy with aggressive razors. If you've learned the proper shaving technique, you can get a very good shave in just 1.5 passes. One pass with the grain, one pass across the grain in the neck and chin area. It won't be BBS, but more than close enough for a working day. Eric Mustard Man, wonderful point. I prefer mild razors as well. And general rule of thumb in the wet shaving community, and folks, correct me if I'm wrong, mild razor, super sharp blade, you're going to get a great shave. And I get a great result after 2 passes. I'll get a darn fine shave, just approaching BBS, maybe even sometimes BBS, depending on the blade that I'm using. And 3 passes, I'm definitely going to get a BBS. Don't try to find the BBS. Let the BBS find you. I'm just saying that more often than not, with a good, mild razor, I'm going to get a wonderful, wonderful shave in 2 to 3 passes. And using a mild razor, I can do that 3rd pass and enjoy that 3rd pass and really get close to or possibly achieve a BBS with that 3rd pass using a mild razor. So a very, very good point, Eric Mustard Man. But again, your mileage may vary. There are some wet shavers out there whose beard and skin types are a little more demanding and they want something with a little more growl. You know what? That's fine too. Your mileage may vary. And as we like to say on the show, your face, your rules. So Eric Mustard Man, thanks very, very much for that. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Well, in the refill segment, viewer Eric Mustard Man mentioned mild razors. Well, we happen to have a brand new mild razor in the shave den, courtesy of the folks at Yaqi. My thanks to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaqi for very kindly sending this one along to the channel. Check out the packaging on this one right here. Has a magnetic latch and double open doors like that. Check that out. This is the Yaqi Castor stainless steel safety razor. Check that out. Boy, this is absolutely beautiful. We'll make sure to get you a link on this one below in the description. Check that out. This is a 2-piece razor, 316 stainless steel, beautiful polish on it. Okay, 2-piece razor. There is the cap with a long threaded stud there, and the base plate stays on the handle like that. This is a post and hold configuration. I have not shaved with this just yet, but I did load a razor blade, and I can tell you that the balance and alignment looks very, very good, looks spot on, and the end tabs of the razor blade are enclosed in the razor head. Let's get you some specs on this right here. The razor head material is 316 stainless steel with a beautiful polish. The handle material is 316 stainless steel, again, with a beautiful polish. The handle length is 79 millimeters or 3.11 inches. The handle diameter is 13 millimeters or 0.512 inches. Again, 316 stainless steel with a beautiful polish to it. The blade gap is 0.45 millimeters, so this is on the mild side. Really looking forward to reviewing this one and using it. Just promises to be a nice, mild, efficient shave. The total weight is 82 grams or 2.89 ounces. So there it is right there, the Yaqi Castor stainless steel razor with a 0.45 millimeter blade gap. Looks absolutely fantastic, looks beautiful. The packaging and presentation, again, really, really terrific. Double doors with a magnetic clasp like that. Really a beautiful, beautiful razor. My thanks again to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaqi for very kindly sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers. 0.45 millimeter blade gap. Promises a really nice, mild, efficient shave. Looking forward to reviewing and using this one. We'll report back and let you know how it shaves. Once again, from Yaqi, the Castor 2-piece stainless steel razor, 316 stainless steel razor. We'll have a link below. Well, last year, around September, a gentleman named Eric Zhang of Sonic Grace Incorporated very kindly contacted the channel. They were launching a beard care kit, and they very kindly and generously sent one along to the channel that we gave away to a lucky viewer. And because of that, we've kept in contact, and he recently reconnected and said that they have a brand new product that they're launching. And I wanted to show you that product right here. Here it is, Caddis, Caddise, Whipped Tallow Balm. I'm looking forward to using this post-shave. Now, it's a face and body moisturizer, but again, because it's Whipped Tallow Balm, I'm going to use it post-shave, absolutely. Now, here's what Eric wrote to me in an email. Hello, Mark. Thanks for your prompt reply. Let me briefly introduce this new product. The inspiration behind this product came from what we observed. Many people are seeking natural skincare and wish to avoid the potential harm caused by chemical ingredients. That's why we handcrafted this tallow balm, a basic skincare product with all natural ingredients for the family's daily use. Here are the key features of our product. 100% natural ingredients, no chemical additives. Here are the ingredients. 100% grass-fed tallow, honey, jojoba oil, bergamot oil, shea butter, squalane, and vitamin E. Non-greasy and suitable for all skin types. Free from lanolin, which can cause breakouts, and olive oil, which may clog pores. Naturally scented, no gamey odor. A mild natural fragrance from the blend of tallow and bergamot. A better value. Our 4-ounce jar offers more product and better value compared with other brands that charge $25 to $30 for just 2 ounces. Suitable for all skin types and for men, women, and children of all ages. Can be used as a daily basic moisturizer for the face, body, hands, feet, and other areas. Now, let's take a look at it right here. Again, the scent is a natural tallow with bergamot. They give you a little paddle here to kind of scoop out. They also have a card here with all of their, get a shot of that. That's all of their social media contacts right there. Okay, and we're going to set that aside. Here is the jar right here. Packaging is really, really very, very nice. And again, I don't know when this is launching. Originally, we were going to talk about this on the June 16th show, but you know what happened. I came down with that virus, so we cut the show short. And I decided to wait until the 23rd to announce this, and I still haven't gotten a launch date yet. If I get a launch date by the time, while I'm editing this, I'll just do a little drop in on screen or a little vocal to drop in and let you know when this is launching. We'll get you a link and that sort of thing. Well, here's that update I promised you. The product is launching today, June 23rd, 2025, and there is a promotion available. Just click on the link that we'll provide below. It'll take you to the Amazon product page, and if you use the code 6MH NEAY9, you'll receive a 40% off discount. The regular price is $22.99, and with the discount code, the price will now be $13.79. The promotion is good from June 23rd, 2025 to June 29th, 2025. So a 40% off discount code 6MHNEAY9 is available. We'll have the link below. Click on it. It'll take you to the product page, and you'll get a 40% discount off the $22.99 price, making the new price, the discounted price, $13.79. My thanks to Eric Zhang for very kindly sending this product along to the channel, and for the 40% off discount code extended to all the viewers of the Monday Morning Mailbag. So it's Caddis, C-A-D-D-I-S-E, I think that's how it's pronounced, Whipped Tallow Balm, Face and Body Moisturizer. I'm definitely going to use this for a post-shave routine, and because we've got all these wonderful tallow shave soaps we've been talking about, and it is sealed here. That's a really nice touch there. So we're going to go ahead and break that seal like that. Okay. Oh, there it is. Yeah, broke the seal. Here you go. And there, oh, it's got a really nice inner lid. I'm going to take that off. Oh, man, look at that. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice light scent. Yeah, it's a, I'm going to use a little bit of this. Let's just use a little bit of this here. That's nice. It's nice and light. It feels to be, feels like it's being quickly absorbed into the skin. Yeah, it's a nice light scent. This is not going to get in the way with any of your aftershaves or colognes, anything like that. It'll be a nice follow-up if you want to use it as a post-shave balm, because it is 100% beef tallow. It's a whipped tallow balm. How about that? And yeah, I'm really looking forward to using this in a post-shave routine. So there you go, Caddis, C-A-D-D-I-S-E, I believe that's how it's pronounced, whipped tallow balm. A nice tallow bergamot scent. Very, very lightly scented. Yeah, very lightly scented. Yeah, and anyone can use this. And again, it's just a really, really nice, just a really nice feel on the skin. And tallow has a lot of great benefits. So yeah, all kinds of great vitamins and skin food ingredients that come from tallow. So we will definitely get a link to this below. My thanks to Eric Zhang and everyone at Sonic Grace Incorporated for very kindly sending along Caddis, C-A-D-D-I-S-E, Caddis Whipped Tallow Balm. Really looking forward to using this one post-shave, especially after using a lot of these great beef tallow soaps that we have in the Shave Den. Again, my thanks to Eric Zhang and everyone at Sonic Grace. We'll have a link below. Viewer David Dart sent along this review of the Rockwell T2 adjustable razor. And he wrote, Mark, good morning, sir. A quick review from my first shave with the Rockwell T2 razor in rose gold. First, I'll say the fit and finish are spot on. The twist to open is very firm, but I suspect it will loosen up with use. When closed, everything stays shut the way you would want it to. I used the Gillette Minora blade on its first use. I did my first pass on setting 6, and it mowed down 5 days of growth with no problem. I loosened the door and dialed it down to 4. I know you don't have to do that, but with my Gillette Slim, I'm used to doing that, so I'll keep doing it. The second and third passes were fantastic. No need of pickups. I have said before that I'm a huge fan of aluminum razors, but the T2 definitely can make one appreciate a heavier razor. It has a bit of heft to it. I would rate this a 10 out of 10 for adjustable razors. I bought it at top of the chain for $180 Canadian. On Rockwell's site, it goes for $206 Canadian. So top of the chain was the way to go. My shave was smooth and BBS. Who can ask for anything more? Picture below is my shave of the day. Plus, I used my Omega alum stick and Thayer's witch hazel. I got a glass-like finish. Have a wonderful day. My gosh, David, that's wonderful. Yeah, I love my particular T2 razor. I have the white chrome. It is a wonderful, wonderful adjustable razor. And you're correct. It is fantastic in that when you load a blade and you close those doors, okay, now that the doors are closed, keep turning that knob until it completely stops and everything is locked in place. It's very, very secure for a butterfly razor. A lot of butterfly razors, you're always checking to make sure that those doors are closed. At least I do. With this one, there's no need for that because when you tighten that down all the way, the doors are very, very secure. And yes, you're correct. Once the doors are closed, you do not have to loosen them up in order to adjust the aggression level on this particular razor. But I think you're correct in keeping the habit of opening up the doors and then adjusting it because of your use of the vintage Gillette adjustable razors. That's kind of the rule of thumb. Open up the doors and then adjust a vintage Gillette adjustable razor and then close the doors again. I think it has something to do with the spring mechanism in there. I'm not entirely sure, but that's just a general rule of thumb that I've heard from the wet shaving community in order to prolong the life of a vintage Gillette adjustable razor. But with the Rockwell T2, no need to do that. But if you want to keep in the habit, absolutely do that. But yeah, it's an absolutely wonderful razor. Now, I have not used it at level 6. Probably level 3.5, 4. I shaved it the other day. I started at about level 3.5, and I went up for the second pass to level 4, and my gosh, I got a BBS shave. I had about a day's worth of beard growth, 2 passes. Really, really wonderful, wonderful result. So there you go, folks. If you're looking for a great adjustable razor, check out the Rockwell T2 Rose Gold. I have white chrome, other finishes available, I believe. David Dart likes it a lot. He's an aluminum razor user, and he really likes the T2. Loves the heft, loves the fit and finish, and absolutely loves the shave that it delivers. Thanks again, David. Really do appreciate it. Folks, we'll have a link below. Well, wanted to remind you once more from Phoenix Shaving, Fran's Space Cream, their summertime advent calendar that'll be counting down to National Ice Cream Day on July 20th. Of course, July is National Ice Cream Month. We're going to be doing this counting down to National Ice Cream Day. There are 6 doors with 6 shave creams and aftershave splashes that will be reflecting summer ice cream fun. So I'm really looking forward to that. When the link becomes available, we'll have it below, but wanted to remind you one more time from Phoenix Shaving, Fran's Space Cream Summertime Advent Countdown Calendar. Again, we'll have a link below when it becomes available. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Viewer Dave Richland sent this along, and he writes, "Hi Mark, since you've been talking about talcum for finishing off a shave, I thought that I would share some pictures of an Old Spice talcum bottle I found at a local antique store. I paid $8 for it. You can see by the pictures that the top is still intact, but what you don't see is that the bottle is completely full with Old Spice talcum. I don't care to use any aftershave when I finish my shave, so I certainly won't be using the talcum in the bottle. It does look good next to the Old Spice mug that I have. Always look forward to the Monday morning mailbag and coffee. Keep up the good work. This comes from David Richland. David, thanks very much for the photos. Yeah, these older talc bottles with some contents in it, they're great for decoration in the shaved in, but I wouldn't venture to use it, especially if it's something that's really old, decades old, that sort of thing. It got me curious to ask AI if talcum powder spoils over time, and I got this answer. Talcum powder itself, being a mineral-based product, does not spoil in the same way food does. However, it can degrade over time, especially if exposed to moisture, heat, or direct sunlight. Typically, talcum powder has a shelf life of about 2 to 3 years from the date of manufacturing. Now, I wondered about cornstarch-based talcum, if that will spoil. And the answer came back, yes, cornstarch-based talcum powder can spoil over time, especially if exposed to moisture or stored improperly. While unopened cornstarch-based powders can last indefinitely if kept in a cool, dry place, once opened, they typically have a shelf life of about 18 months. So there you go. I use the Paraso, which is why this lid is so tight. I think it's protecting the contents from the moisture and the humidity and that sort of thing, trying to keep it cool in my shave den. So yeah, that's a good piece of information to know. And I also asked if a cornstarch-based talcum powder would get moldy over time, and the answer came back, yes, cornstarch-based talcum powder can get moldy over time, especially if exposed to moisture. Cornstarch is an organic material, meaning it can support mold growth under the right conditions. If the powder is stored in a humid environment or comes into contact with water, mold can develop. To prevent mold, store cornstarch-based powder in a cool, dry place and ensure the container is tightly sealed. If you notice clumping, discoloration, or an unusual odor, it's best to discard the product. So there you go, and that's why this cap is so tight. Whenever I'm doing a video now and I'm undoing this cap, I always say, gee whiz, this is so tight. That's why. It's trying to keep that humidity and that moisture out of the container, and that's good to know. So there you go, folks. Some fun facts about talcum powder and also about cornstarch-based talcum powder. And thanks again to David Richland for sending along the photos, a wonderful find of an Old Spice vintage talcum powder bottle. That's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, and it looks great in the shaved den, David. Thanks again very, very much. Viewer Abene Samant sent along this email, and he wrote, "Hi Mark, great show as always. You and your listeners have completely piqued my interest. How the heck do you use Clubman or Paraso powder post-shave? Do you go alum block, splash, balm, and then powder? And if so, how long do you wait between each step before application? I can't wait to hear what the answer is so I can then replicate it at home. Warmest regards, Abene Samant." Abi, this is what I do. There's my routine. Now, it might change up a little bit because of the Caddis beef tallow balm that came into the shave den. What I do is I do alum block, and then I wait for that to kind of set up. Then I'll do a witch hazel splash, and then I'll just wait for that to dry down. Then I'll do my aftershave splash, and I'll wait for that to dry down, and then I'll use my Paraso powder, and that's how I do it. And I wait for the dry down in each step. And by the time I'm getting to the aftershave splash, I don't have to wait as much because the powder will then absorb some of the excess moisture. And I'm learning to only use just a little bit because a couple of reviews, I don't know if I've posted them yet, I've been using a little too much powder, and you can see the white powder still on my skin. And I'm sure that wears off after I leave the shave den and go about my business. But I've learned that you don't need a lot, just a little bit. At least that's kind of what I'm learning. Now, I'll put it to the viewers. What is your routine with a post-shave powder, either Parasso or Clubman? How do you do it? And how do you integrate it with a balm, an aftershave balm? So I would assume, this is just an assumption on my part, that after the splash, you wait for the dry down and then apply a little bit of the balm and then maybe a little bit of powder after that. That's what I'm thinking. Or are you foregoing the balm altogether and then just going from splash to the post-shave powder? I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to have to try it both ways now that I've got a whipped tallow balm that I want to use and experience so that I can report back the results of this and see if a post-shave powder follow-up to this works very, very well, or maybe it gets in the way. I'm not entirely sure. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, Abby. Alum block, then a witch hazel, then a splash, and then finally the powder. And that seems to work very, very well. The witch hazel can be optional step. Sometimes I just go alum, splash, powder. And I'm waiting a little bit for a dry down in between each step. So I'll put it to the viewers. How do you do it? How do you use that post-shave powder? Are you using an alum block, witch hazel, splash, balm, and then a powder? Or are you just using alum block, splash, and powder? Let us know in the comments below. I'm looking forward to reading all the answers as well. Abby, thanks again for a great, great question, which I know will generate a lot of great discussion. Abby, thanks again very, very much. Viewer Robert Ross sent along a link to a video of how it's made razor blades. Very, very interesting video. We're going to link it below. Robert, thanks very, very much. I received this email from viewer Glenn Martin, and he writes, "Hi Mark, today I was watching the Miramax channel and they had all 3 of the Godfather movies in a row. In The Godfather Part 3, at about 1 hour, 42 minutes, 30 seconds into it, there was a scene where the Godfather is recovering from a diabetic stroke. He's shaving with a DE razor. To me, it looks like possibly a Gillette Black Beauty. Perhaps your family of DE followers might want to give their opinions on what make and model they think it is. Best regards, Glenn, a.k.a. Bug Chief." Now, in The Godfather Part 3, again, Glenn is saying that happens at 1 hour, 42 minutes, 30 seconds. Now, I happen to have Paramount Plus, and they have The Godfather Coda, which is Part 3, but it's the director's cut. This is something that Francis Ford Coppola did, I don't know when, several years back. He recut the Part 3, and they say it's much, much better than the original release. Anyhow, I went up to check out that scene, and in The Godfather Coda, The Death of Michael Corleone is the full title of it. It happens at 1 hour, 24 minutes, 54 seconds. And I looked at it, and I think you're right, Glenn. I think that is a Gillette Black Beauty. I'm going to have to take a look at it again. But folks, give it a look and let us know what you think it is. Either 1 hour, 42 minutes, 30 seconds for Godfather Part 3 or the new edit, Godfather Coda, 1 hour, 24 minutes, 54 seconds. Take a look at that razor. Let us know what you think it is. I think it's a Gillette Black Beauty. Not entirely sure. Comment below. Let us know. Glenn, thanks again very, very much. And that wraps up another Monday morning mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out all the wonderful artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and sell some wonderful artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark Zarady, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.